Umudike village never slept the way cities did. At night, it only listened. The trees stood closer together after sunset, their leaves whispering secrets to the wind. The red earth paths darkened, as though absorbing the last light of day. And the elders, old men with voices roughened by time, sat in silence, listening for things younger ears could no longer hear. Chibuzo grew up hating all of it. To him, Umudike was backward. Every rule felt like a chain, every warning a lie told to keep people afraid. While other children listened to moonlight stories by the fire, Chibuzo buried himself in books, dreaming of glass buildings, electricity that never failed, and a life where nobody bowed to shrines or spoke to the land. His grandmother noticed the change early. She was small, bent with age, but her eyes still carried the weight of the village's memory. One evening, as the sun dipped low and shadows lengthened, she called Chibuzo to her side. "Never mock the land," she said quietly. "And never whistle at night." Chibuzo scoffed. "Why? Will the ground stand up and beat me?" Her hand trembled slightly as she tightened her wrapper. "The land doesn't chase," she replied. "It waits." The night before Chibuzo left for the city, Umudike held a small gathering. The elders sat near the ancestral shrine, pouring libation, murmuring prayers older than language. Chibuzo stood at a distance, arms crossed, laughter sharp in his throat. "Look at them," he said, "pouring drinks for stones and trees." Chibuzo stepped forward. He spat near the shrine. The elders fell silent. "You people are slaves to fear," he shouted. "Nothing here has power over me." Chibuzo raised his voice, drunk on his own courage. "Nothing in this village can follow me." Somewhere deep in the forest, something shifted. The shrine's fire flickered blue for just a moment. He didn't notice. That night, as he lay on his mat, he whistled a long, careless tune. His grandmother sat up suddenly in the next room. "Chibuzo," she whispered urgently. "Stop." But it was already too late. The forest answered. Morning came, pale and uneasy. Chibuzo boarded a dusty bus heading toward the city, his bag packed with clothes, books, and ambition. As the bus rumbled forward, he felt lighter, free. Then he noticed the window. His reflection stared back at him, except the shadow behind his reflection didn't move when he did. He shifted in his seat. The shadow stayed still. His heartbeat quickened. He turned fully toward the aisle. Nothing. When he faced the window again, the shadow was gone. He swallowed and laughed quietly. "Village fear," he muttered. The bus drove on. Hours later, half asleep, he heard a whisper brush his ear. "Umudike." He snapped awake. Passengers slept. The driver hummed softly. No one had spoken. When he reached into his bag to distract himself, his fingers touched something cold and gritty. Red soil. Village soil. He flung his bag open. The soil spilled onto his clothes, fresh, damp, and smelling of rain. Chibuzo's mouth went dry. He had packed nothing like that. And deep inside, a truth began to rise. The warning hadn't been a threat. It had been a fact. By the time the city skyline appeared, Chibuzo felt watched. Not followed. Claimed. The spirit did not sit beside him. It did not show its face. It clung quietly, like memory, like guilt, like roots buried too deep to pull free. And somewhere, far behind him in Umudike village, the forest finally exhaled. It had heard him, and it had come.